Every day the royal news that comes out just...
Okay, Merad Merali. Dear lovely YouTube watchers, there's a few people that I like to watch to catch up with their view on what's going on. Merad Merali, think of him what you like, but every day he does a little chat about the royal family. Also the Royal Rogues, he does a little chat about the royal family. And then there's another one called Communication Winner or something. And all three of them, they do very, very similar coverage. I find it all funny, but a lot of it is pure speculation. And that amuses me.
Gets crazier and crazier and crazier, guys. Hey guys, it's Merad Merali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Back again with another video. If you have not subscribed, click that button. It is daily and consistent content.
Daily and consistent, something he says every day. By the way, if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, this would be an ideal time to do it. Thank you.
Comment down below and give this video a thumbs up. And let's get into this mess, because a lot of what's going on just doesn't make any sense to me. But it looks like there was a sniper.
He always says it doesn't make any sense, as if that's an excuse for talking about it. I mean, I do love listening to his nonsense. He does actually... Oh look, it's my little light run out of battery. Has it? He does actually manage to talk and talk and talk, not actually say anything, not accuse anyone of anything. He doesn't defame anybody by saying these sentences. Things like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Sniper attempt attack on Camilla and Charles. King Charles and Queen Camilla were bundled out of a public engagement earlier this week after it's now been revealed that police spotted a man on a nearby rooftop, sparking fears a copycat assassin was emulating the attempt to shoot Donald Trump. The royals were visiting St. Helier, the capital of the wealthy island of Jersey, which is a British territory, on Monday, when concerned aides rushed them. So now we know why they rushed them, because it was an attempt for somebody to do something on a rooftop similar to Donald Trump. The Daily Beast was told at the time the urgent departure was owing to a security scare. Now, the Sun has revealed that security staff were left with shredded nerves after spotting someone on a roof overlooking the royals, reminiscent of Trump's would-be assassin.
Can you imagine if it's just some roofer that's fixing some tiles? I shouldn't laugh, right? Because we're allowed to laugh when everyone's safe. No one was harmed in the making of this video.
Senator Matthew Crooks, who had fired shots and actually connected, and Trump was bleeding. Sources informed The Sun that the man was spotted on a rooftop overlooking Liberation Square, where the King and Queen were greeting well-wishers. Buckingham Palace did not respond to a request for comment from The Sun and typically do not comment on security issues.
I think they both look really happy, actually. She looks really happy and well, and he looks happy and well. They both look more free than they have for years, frankly. I don't know why. Does that even look like Prince Charles? I mean, you know, forgive me for adding to the conspiracy theories, but you know how there's this idea that they've got doubles and sometimes they use body doubles. But that nose looks different. But as you get older, your nose continues to grow, doesn't it? And your ears. And these two look really happy. They genuinely look as though they've found their person, they've got their soulmate, they've stuck together. It's incredible. He loved her, I think, and she has capitalised on that. But also she has been a really good wife to him, hasn't she? Whatever goes on behind closed doors, she is still looking as if she's smiling. And her eyes are smiling as well. She's not just a pretend smile, is it? And they do look quite happy.
Matt Taylor, the founder of Jersey Sea Salt, was speaking to the king when the security alert was triggered. He said he stopped at the store and said, "Oh, sea salt," and said, "Come and I have a chat, sir." Then the security appeared and grabbed me and said he has to go right now. This is urgent. Crooks 20 shot at former President Trump rally, and it looks like history was about to be repeated.
I wonder if King Charles is finding his role as king as rewarding as he'd always been led to believe it was going to be. He's spent 70 odd years watching his mum, like his mother, play the role of queen all around the world. You can't even begin to imagine what goes on inside this person's mind, can you? Because he hasn't led an ordinary life. He has led a life of, yes, waiting to be king, but being king at a really old age. So he's lost the mobility that he would have had if he'd been king, you know, when he was in his 50s. Obviously, physically, he's not as strong as he was. But equally, as you get older and you change, your frame of reference changes, doesn't it? As you're aware of your role in life. just can't even imagine dealing with the enormity of the fact that he is king, but also he's never had the freedom to say what he wants, to go where he wants. Really, he hasn't. I know people think, oh, being king's great, but he has to be somewhere every day. You know, he has to go and visit things and visit buildings. And I wonder if he ever looks back at his life and thinks, what did my mum do with my childhood? What, you know, the same way when people go for therapy and they talk about where their parents were when they were being brought up. These people, the royals, they're brought up in this little bubble, aren't they, of institution. I can't even imagine. It's like when you go to a boarding school and people are brought up in boarding school, and rarely, or maybe all the ones that I've met, people aren't happy when they go to boarding school, and they all seem to have horrible stories about it. Now imagine that when you go home, instead of having parents that are there to sort of tuck you in and give you a nice little drink at bedtime or biscuits or spend time with you, you've got servants and you've got a castle and you've got 400 rooms and you've got parents that are miles away looking after their corgis or whatever, or in another country. It's just bizarre, the whole institution of royals. And we're doing it to another generation of people. We've got 3 little royals being brought up now under the glare of the spotlight of the camera and the media.
Especially with the fact that it was recently revealed in a video that I did that Crooks, whoever this 20-year-old was having a stash of images of Kate Middleton, looking at her to be the next target, despite the fact that he had no intention to fly to the UK. Now, Camilla and Charles being sniped from a rooftop, as bizarre as it sounds, it would make sense for somebody to see the king.
Wouldn't make any sense. This is the UK. What is he talking about? Snipers in the UK. This is not America. We don't have guns readily available. There's no gun shops, right? It's not that easy to get a gun, is it? Unless you're a gangster, and even then you're not really unlikely to get a sniper, are you? You're more likely to get a pistol. No? Listen to me. I think I'm saying I know what I'm talking about.
As some kind of sniper attack, some form of attack of British morale, the monarchy, the royal family, that's for some reason so many British people love, that I could see why that they would try to.
For some reason, so many people love. British people love. Yeah, this is the thing. British people do love the royal family. A lot of British people don't care less. They couldn't care less. A lot of younger Brits don't care less. And a lot of I think the older you get, possibly, the more you sort of appreciate the royal family. Although this lot, again, they're like politicians. We watch the politicians and we see them all just deteriorate and get worse, and we think, oh, we're never having another Tory again a lot. Until the Labour people disappoint us. In another 20 years, we're never going to have another Labour government, you know, because they'll have disappointed us, but in different ways. And each generation of royals seems to each generation to be getting worse, right? So the older generation, people in their 80s, when they looked at Princess Diana and King Charles getting divorced, Prince Charles at the time, it was shocking. They had to have the permission from the Queen to get divorced, right? It just wasn't what on earth was going on. And then when Fergie was caught sucking someone's toes, it was just shocking. And it definitely was, they were not doing what they were meant to be doing as royals. Royals used to be respectable. And now we've got Prince Andrew, who probably, you know, ought to be in prison. It's giving somebody $12 million for something he didn't do. Okay, nothing to see here, walk on by. Then we've got King Charles, who cheated on Princess Diana with Camilla, and then Princess Diana dying in a car crash. I mean, they are really now more like reality TV stars. They're our own soap opera, aren't they, for the country? But we've got real people being brought up in this institution. It's like the Truman Show. It is now. And as much as people might love the royal family, we've got to ask ourselves, how fair is it for the people in the royal family to be paraded about like this, how we treat them? I mean, I know it's ritual, and I know we've always done it, but should we always still carry on doing it?
Go that way, and the police obviously took them out. Initially, it was just some kind of scare that was turned down, and now it's been revealed that they actually had lied to us. That wasn't the case. The Sun has come out with exclusive information today, and this is being reported also by the Daily Beast, that there was actually some kind of attempt from people on the rooftop to try and sniper out these people.
I don't believe a word of it. Do you? Anyone? Really? Have I got to Google sniper attempt on the royal family?
Who the hell is going to have a gun in Jersey?
There we go. Who's going to have a sniper in Jersey? I think people in Jersey do have pistols. I can quite easily see people in Jersey having some sort of protection like that, but a sniper?
Don't understand. But at the same time...
Don't understand. So this is what he says when he's questioning or doubting. He says he doesn't understand.
I can see this happening. But I just feel like every day there's something...
No, we can't see it happening. We can't see this happening to the royals ever. It's not something that's going to happen in this country at all, ever.
Something mad about the royal family going on that is grabbing worth attention usage.
There definitely is something going on with the royal family, but I don't think it's the royal family of the King Charles and Camilla generation. I don't think it's... Although Princess Anne did do something with a horse, didn't she, recently? That was a bit dodgy. Something happened to her. It's the younger generation, mainly Prince William and Catherine and Prince Harry and Meghan. That all seems to be falling apart. But when Prince Andrew and Fergie got divorced, wasn't it around the same time that Prince Charles and Diana got divorced? Because the Queen said it was a annus horribilis something. Do you remember she had a terrible year? So there was like 4 divorces or something. Didn't all her kids get divorced? Or Prince Edward finally got married? I'm not sure. There was something happened where they were all getting divorced and it all just looked like it was all going to fall apart. And Prince Philip used to walk along behind her. He was like the narrator. You could see him chuntering along to himself.
To discuss that, it makes me just think, are there people who are just doing this PR stuff to make us want to talk about them? Because without this news, there is nothing for us to talk about with the royal family, and they need for us to talk about them because they are some kind of billion-dollar empire that...
Yeah, making it relevant. But would they really be that extreme as to come up with a sniper attack? Or would it be because the sniper attack is fresh in their minds, because what's happened with Donald Trump, that's the thing their mind jumps to, is what they're scared of when they see someone on a roof?
Rely on this. Maybe that is to be the case. I don't know, which is why I always feel like the Kate Middleton stuff and the fake Mother's Day photo, maybe a lot of that was intentional for them to make us talk about it.
Yeah, I think that is the game they're playing now. They just want to stir up interest.
Maybe, guys, I don't know, maybe I'm in my conspiracy theory mind, but the fact that I've just woken up today to see what is going on with the royal family for me to discuss, to let you guys know not much should be going on today. I'm not going to make a few videos today, guys. I'm actually going to take a break. Then I see there's a sniper attempt on the king and queen to be. It's like every day something's going on. Thomas Kingston killed. Princess Anne still cancelling stuff on horse injuries. Her husband, black eye. Kate Middleton disappeared for 6 months. Somebody's pulling the strings on these people.
They are, and they always have been. And they're called the firm, aren't they? The people that tell the royals what to do. Someone's pulling the strings. Does he think that somebody else is causing these problems?
I don't know what it is. Maybe the death. Maybe the man upstairs is calling some of these people, because it's just bizarre that there's just like a lot of this is happening constantly, and it's like, I don't know. It's like the royal family are gangsters. Well, they are gangsters, but...
And it is King Charles is relatively new to the role. And all this information is leaking out. So maybe the reason why the information didn't used to leak out was because people respected the Queen, and people haven't got as much respect for King Charles because of Camilla. And because of how he behaves, because we've seen him be really irritable, haven't we, with people? And so maybe that's how the information gets leaked.
This is just insane.
We got breaking and very concerning news about the latest developments of what has been going on in the United States about the assassination attempt on Donald Trump.
Okay, is this where the panic about the sniper has come from? Because this person who tried to assassinate Donald Trump was researching the royal family. An unnamed member of the royal family was researched by the gunman. And this is the royal rogie, and he likes to talk about body language of the royal family.
And it so happens that the news have gone so crazy that today we had this. Cameron Walker, an unnamed member of the royal family, was researched by the gunman targeting Donald Trump before he carried out his attack on the former U.S. president, the FBI says. And we all went like, what? What is this about? Not going to lie, the first thing that I thought was that this must be some kind of marketing scheme from Voldemeg, the one that shall not be named.
A marketing scheme from Meghan. I don't think Meghan's got that much power to get somebody to make a statement like that from the FBI, that there was an unnamed royal, because for one, she's not a royal, unless of course it was Harry, Prince Harry.
But we had to name either way. Maybe this was some kind of marketing ploy from the Duchess of Montecito to insert herself in the narrative to stay current.
See, and this is what the other guy was saying as well, isn't it? Do you think it's just it's like a crime wolf? They've come up with so many ridiculous stories and things that we can't believe. People have stopped believing anything they say. So now people don't believe that they've been on the receiving end of a sniper attack. But so one of these fine days when all the actual truth comes out about things they've been doing, which could be stranger than fiction, people won't believe it. They'll be like, oh yeah, is this the same way they had a sniper trying to kill one of them?
But no, this was straight from the FBI, and it so happens that when they dig a little deeper, the New York Times found out that the royal in question was none other than Catherine, the Princess of Wales.
See, again, you can't believe these spin stories, because if it was Harry, someone could easily say, no, it was Catherine, because they know it's going to upset Meghan, playing that game.
And of course, it came as a shock. Any kind of theories are welcome. I have no explanation to this. What does an American guy which had no plans of traveling to the United Kingdom, why was he researching Catherine and other important figures?
Why wouldn't he be researching Catherine or other important figures? He settled on the most powerful, one of the most powerful men on the planet, Donald Trump. Why wouldn't he research the other figures in case they were going to America, possibly, see what their travel plans were?
Well, I have no idea. What I do know is that this must have been really disappointing for the Duchess of Sausages, because you know how are they always claiming about...
That's my point. Even if it was her, would they have let her know it was her, because they wouldn't have wanted to give her the satisfaction?
Protection and all that stuff. And no, not her or Harry were in the browsing history of the shooter.
But they're still going to think they were, probably. Because if I were them, I would be wondering, wouldn't you?
That is great. I think that is one of the perks, that nobody cares about you, either Harry or you.
That's not true, because you're still talking about her.
That is actual privacy. That's what you've been fighting for. Like, when nobody really cares about you, then you can live your life in freedom, like you always wanted. But coming back to the Catherine issue, I guess that this is the explanation of why it was 007 right behind Catherine at the Wimbledon finals. You know that I mentioned Pierce Brosnan, how he looks so great, but yeah, that's why he was right there in the royal box, right behind the Princess of Wales. But now that we are talking about that, I would like to nominate Pierce Brosnan for just one Bond movie in which he plays an older, rugged James Bond.
A rugged James Bond.
That would be just amazing. I would pay good money for that. And at the same time, the same way that I entertain you with all my memes and crazy theories, some are saying that perhaps Catherine was just being named to distract from all the craziness that is going on in politics right now in the United States.
That's another crazy theory. Because Princess Catherine takes a lot of the heat, doesn't she? She takes a lot of the flack.
It's beyond insane. We also have that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry will celebrate Tyler Perry at the 2024 Paley Honors. And there's this bunch of celebrities here. For example, there's Ari Emanuel, the CEO of WME, that we still...
If we get into this point now where everyone talks in letters. Boring. Okay, so I can only listen to this much of the Royal Rogie today. But you get the picture.